This video is sponsored by...
What the f***? I can't even read that! Who's approving these sponsors? No, I want to know who's approving these sponsors! What does that say? You mother... Hey everyone, MIB here, and there are two types of people on this spaceship we call Earth. People who hate Valentine's Day, and people who are dumb. Why do we need a holiday just to celebrate the act of coupling? Terrible! And the worst part is how stupid and crazy people act around Valentine's Day, when they get all desperate for companionship. Blech. Anyways, let me introduce my co-host. Hello there, Clickbait!
Hi.
What's up, man?
It's so good to see you.
It's nice to see you.
Thank you for having me on. You look so nice today.
Thanks. I just had a manicure, so...
Also, I was just wondering, if...
Clickbait, what's up?
Are you seeing anyone right now?
Only a gentleman named Jack Daniels, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So let's just start the show. Godzilla has crushed some of the world's biggest cities. He's defeated some of the toughest kaiju. But has he ever been in love? Has the Big G ever been smitten by another monster? Or even a human? Today we count down 5 of Godzilla's former romantic interests. Oh yeah.
You're really good at your job.
Do you want to count us down?
Number 5.
There's something different about the way she said number 5. Some unnamed kaiju from an old Dr. Pepper commercial. The 1984 film The Return of Godzilla went through substantial edits for its American release. Actor Raymond Burr was spliced into the film, along with a brilliant scientist, Dr. Pepper. This soft drink promoting movie was then released in American theaters as Godzilla 1985. And along with it came a $10 million Dr. Pepper ad campaign featuring 2 commercials with Godzilla. The first one has a thirsty Godzilla rampaging through a city trying out various soft drinks and being disgusted. Eventually, Godzilla finds a giant can of Dr. Pepper that's probably actually filled with rainwater, but he's happy. Fans call this Godzilla suit Pepper Goji, but I call him Meow. The second commercial takes place immediately after the first. Another kaiju appears and you know she's a girl because she got a cute little bow on her head. This monster doesn't look quite like a Godzilla. Her head's a different shape and she has 2 big bat signals shining from her eyes. Godzilla instantly tries to woo her with a tree bouquet, but she's not having it. So then Godzilla finds another giant can of soda, but this one's diet. What are you trying to say exactly? I've seen this female kaiju go by a variety of names online. You'll find her on Wikizilla as Newzilla. I've also seen Mizzilla, but either way, Dr. Pepper really upsets my stomach and gives me gas. I'm not sure why that's relevant to this. Dr. Pepper also produced a music video using shots from Godzilla 1985 and the song I Was Afraid to Love You. Surprise, it's awful.
Number 4. That's for you.
All my life, I've been waiting for the opportunity to talk about Godzilla getting with humans on YouTube. Godzilla's been depicted a few times being flirty with human women.
Oh, do you? Yeah, Godzilla!
There's Dio, a native girl who appeared in Ibara Horror of the Deep. When Dio stumbles across Godzilla on a mountain, he acts, well, very un-Godzilla-like. He takes an interest in the woman, going as far as to pop a squat and really study her. Something I know firsthand women don't like. Perhaps this scene makes more sense with the context that this was not originally written to be Godzilla, but rather King Kong, infatuated with a woman. There's an old Hitachi karaoke machine commercial showing Godzilla leave work early after smashing a city, just so he can sing karaoke with his very human wife, mother-in-law, and daughter? But my favorite humanoid flirtation is the manga story Monster Warrior Godzilla, where Godzilla and his friends are He-Man type warriors in a world that combines medieval fantasy with cyberpunk sci-fi. The story takes place in a universe where humans and kaiju live in different dimensions, but an open doorway between the worlds has led to a terrible attack on the kaiju. You see, the humans have polluted the Earth, so now they want to take over the kaiju world. An injured Baragon explains to Godzilla that there's a magic wood nymph that kept the gateway to the human world sealed, but someone has taken her, so it is up to Monster Warrior Godzilla to save the wood nymph so the gateway can close and the kaiju can survive. Take my money, take it now! The captured wood nymph, also referred to as the spirit of the beast's tree, is represented as a closed flower with no stem but many roots. But after Godzilla fights through an ocean fleet, and a space fleet, and a Super X fleet, the wood nymph blossoms from the flower and is revealed to be a gigantic, semi-naked humanoid girl. Godzilla embraces her tight as she's very grateful he fought to save her, and he says he'll distract the human forces while the wood nymph can escape and close the doorway.
Godzilla, you're a brave warrior. Wood nymph sounds.
And after Godzilla fights off a wave of mechas, he's beamed home by the wood nymph in a super abrupt ending. And if there's one thing I do not like, it is a super abrupt ending.
Number 3.
Komodo Thrax! In the 1998 TriStar Pictures film Godzilla, Godzilla reproduces by himself. One of his offspring survives the movie, and that Godzilla is the center of the Saturday morning spin-off cartoon, Godzilla the Series. Early in the series, they established that this new Godzilla is not able to reproduce at all. But in a Season 2 episode titled End of the Line, he goes gaga for a kaiju named Komodo Thrax. This episode first aired December 18th, 1999. Nick's about to pop the question to Audrey during an Alaskan cruise, but they're attacked by a giant turtle who, hey, get out of here, this isn't the Gamera Crush list. Eventually, Komodo Thrax fends off this giant turtle. Komodo Thrax is said to be the same animal genus as Godzilla, maybe a monitor lizard, or perhaps a Komodo dragon. She even gained atomic breath like Godzilla. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Here's Godzilla, and straight to the mating. Yep, they've known each other for 2 seconds, and that's just 2 seconds. They could have been f***ing. Godzilla chases all the broke asses out of there, cause you need to pay to watch this action. Now here's the crazy part. Komodo Thrax lays an egg, but biologically the egg does not belong to Godzilla. You see, like the original Godzilla, Komodo Thrax is also able to reproduce on her own. Nick says she can fertilize her own egg, you Fox Kids viewers. Although, and this is actually the crazy part, technically this is entirely possible. It's called parthenogenesis, and it refers to when an unfertilized egg produces an offspring, and parthenogenesis has been observed at least twice with Komodo dragons. I don't know if this was intentional or a big coincidence, but I do know Nick would be technically wrong to suggest she can fertilize her own egg when an egg is unfertilized during parthenogenesis. Stick to worms, Nicky! So the point is, Godzilla is in love and ready to be an adopted father, and that's sweet. And it's a romantic story where Godzilla actually gets to live happily ever. Nope! The giant turtle from before kills Komodo Thrax and steals the egg! And when it looks like Godzilla is defeated by this turtle, Komodo Thrax springs back to life and pushes the turtle, and then accidentally herself, and then the egg, all into a crevasse where they all plunge to their deaths. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, Fox Kids. Love only leads to tragedy. I'll call you sometime!
Number 2. Oh, hey.
Gojirin! In 1994, 2 educational OVAs were produced by the company Gakken, featuring adorable cartoon versions of Godzilla and his friends. The title of the show is commonly translated in America as Get Going Godzillaland, and its only official release is on VHS tapes. One video covered the hiragana alphabet, while the other taught children how to count. 2 years later, in 1996, 2 more tapes were released in the series, Addition and Subtraction. The second 2 tapes were notable because they introduced a new original character, Gojiren. Gojiren looks remarkably like Godzilla, but she's a girl, so she's pink! Plus, she has long eyelashes, and her dorsal plates are the shape of hearts. The rough English language translation for her name is Godzilla. In the show, multiple monsters have a crush on Godzilla, and they try to woo her with gifts such as fruit. But at the end of the day, it seems Godzilla is only interested in dating within her species, as it's implied that her and Godzilla each have a crush on the other. By the way, if you haven't guessed, these OVAs are based on the 1984 merchandise line called Godziland, and during the run of this line, the kaiju were often shown in different colors. And that includes Godzilla being occasionally portrayed as pink, so he kinda looks like his future crush here. Okay.
Number...
Sorry. Oh.
You're my number 1.
Okay, hold that thought. Let me just wrap all this up real quick. Godzilla may have been Godzilla's childhood crush, but a different Godzillasaurus, known as Vajira, was once established as his true girlfriend. In the 1990 Japanese Game Boy game Gojira-kun Kaiju Daikishin, Vajira is kidnapped by several of Godzilla's friends and foes, and Godzilla has to progress through a maze of puzzles to find and rescue her. All of the Godzillas in this game are portrayed with clothes, so Vajira has a little dress on. She has long hair, of course a little bow in it. She also has a little bow tied around her tail. Alright, that's cute. Going by the game's cover art, where Godzilla is light green and his mother is pink, it appears that Vajira's skin color is ghostly white. But then here in the game, it looks like her skin is darker in color, so I don't know. Alright, anyway, countdown over. So Clickbait. I may be wrong here, but I'm picking up some vibes between us today.
What are you even talking about? What are you... No!
What? Come on, admit it. You like me.
You're like my brother. You're like my son. Like, that is so weird. No.
What about all that flirty stuff during the countdown?
Come on. I'm just using this to try to, like, get some butt. Get some ass around here.
Oh. Okay, then. Well, you know what? At least it's not the Valentine's Day crazies.
God, just love me already!
Yeah! Why does this happen with everybody I meet? This is my curse. Goodbye.
Every time I look into your eyes, I can feel love. Every time.
Shout out to Irving Jimenez Begito, Kaiju Conversation, and all of these other wonderful patrons. Their contributions helped make this video possible. If you'd like to donate, please visit Monster Island Buddies on Patreon.
Oh, the show's not over. The show's not over till I want it to be over, and I don't want it to be over yet because I love you. I love you. I would do anything that you ever wanted me to, ever. I love